Hey there everybody, continuing on with our Kayak Paddle Series, we're going to talk about kayak shaft material today. And first up is going to be aluminum. Now aluminum is the most economical paddle shaft material out there, so it will save you some money. The drawback to it is that it's heavier and it also has some flex in it. So when you do that paddle stroke, while we were talking about like blade materials, the shaft itself will flex when you're on the water, which can translate into a loss of efficiency. They are heavier paddles. They are economically priced, but there will be a trade-off for loss of performance. Moving on into fiberglass, which would be an upgrade, you're going to see a significant increase in the stiffness of the blade and therefore the performance of the paddle. Fiberglass is easy to identify. It usually has linear rings that run the entire shaft, whereas an aluminum blade or aluminum shaft is going to be painted, so it's pretty smooth metal. So look for the rings. I would tell you if you've got fiberglass. Fiberglass is a stiffer material. It is a premium material, so it is more expensive, but performance-wise, you're going to see a huge jump from aluminum to fiberglass. And then the next progression would be carbon fiber. Now, carbon fiber is easy to identify because typically it's a square pattern. Carbon fiber is going to be the lightest and the stiffest material out there. It is going to be the highest price point as well, but it makes up for it in performance. So when you're doing your paddle stroke, this is the stiffest material. It's going to translate to the most efficient use of your paddle stroke, which gives you speed and endurance. And one of the things we want to talk about with paddle weights, because there's a natural tendency to pick up one of these blades, or paddles I should say, and do one of these numbers and say, well, you know, in comparison, they feel about the same, or this one's just slightly lighter, and I'm not so sure it's worth that extra value. But in reality, you really need to be looking at paddle weights in this configuration because this is how you use the paddle. So if you grab the paddle in the center and do like a teeter-totter motion and then feel that resistance on your wrist, that's where you're going to feel the weight difference. And that's how you actually are using the paddle, because you're raising and lowering the blades with every paddle stroke. You do that with an aluminum paddle and you will feel the resistance in it. You're going to feel the strain on your wrist, which at the end of the day is what you're going to feel in your shoulders and your elbows with every paddle stroke. Lighter weight material allow you to be on the water longer, tends to allow you to be faster on the water because you've got that consistent energy when you need it. Again, the trade-off is price point. So we encourage you to stop by the shop here at Southport, YakWorks of Southport, and stop by, give a feel for these paddles, test them out for yourself, and we'll go over these in more details. There's a lot to know about these paddles and making the right selection, and we're happy to help you through that process. So thank you for your time, and we will see you in the next video.